If you have a capital of, let's say, 200,000 or 300,000, and you want to go into fashion business, and you are thinking if to go into selling of clothes or probably selling of shoes, which one is more advisable? Which one do I advise? Someone actually asked me this, and I felt like, okay, let me create a video about it. Well, both are actually very good, and the demand can be quite interesting. But each has its own pros and cons. And in today's video, I'll be doing a short, explanation on why you might need to choose one and why you may not choose another, and which one you might actually go for at the end of this video. This is Small Business Arena. If this is your first time of watching our video, we do a sort of reviews about products. We talk about different small business ideas that people can go into in Nigeria and earn something from it, probably daily, weekly, or monthly. So if this is your first time, why don't you subscribe, hit the notification button so that when next we drop another video, you'll be one of those first people that will get the notification for our videos. So today, without wasting much of your time, we'll be talking about shoes and clothes. Primarily, both are actually in good demand, and there are certain factors that might actually affect, your choice that will determine which one you should go for. Yeah, if it is capital, I would say that it's easier to start a shoe business with smaller capital than clothes. I'll give, for example, there's a woman very close to my house. She said that she wanted to start a business at the time, and I was like, okay, how much is the money with you? And he said 100,000. I said, okay, why don't you start shoes? She was actually looking at Okrika, this used bill, and I was like, Okrika, the demand might not be as big as that, and the capital in your hand will also determine. And she said, okay, what do I, suggest? And I said, okay, why don't you go for shoes, all these slippers, all these rubber sandals and all that. And she went to Gupa Market in Ibadan, bought some shoes, bought some slippers as small as 1,000 hits. And like I said, the profit margin for shoes, rubber sandal is high compared to a shirt or a blouse, whatever it is. On a shirt or a blouse, you can get like 1,000 naira. And these are stuff you buy around, let's say 5,000, 4, 5, 6,000 naira. But in a shoe, you can buy it at 1,000 hits and sell it as 2,000 hits. So that's one point. Shoes have more profit margin compared to clothes. For clothes, unlike shoes, can be bought, in different sizes, in different designs, and of course, you can realize that a single person can be using a single slipper, a single sandal, a single palm, a single shoe on about 5 different shirts, 5 different trousers. So it shows that people can buy more of clothes than shoes. So what this means is that the profit can be small, but the demand will be higher. And for some people, they like fashion. So once a new cloth designs is out, they want to go into it. And for so many reasons, like, okay, they're having a party, and some people probably because of social media, they don't want to appear in the same clothes every time. Nobody is seeing your shoe, hardly, because most time you probably it's portrait, probably it's landscape, probably it's selfie. Nobody is seeing the shoe, but people will see what you are putting on. Especially if you are into content creation and you are posting a lot of pictures, and you see like this person is wearing the same clothes. Some people don't like it, but it doesn't matter anyway. So clothes profits can be small, but the demand can be higher. Another advantage for clothing is that you can have a particular niche that you want to go into. I have someone who sells mainly plain t-shirts for men. She has carved a niche for this. For example, presently she sells at 60,000 naira for 10 pieces of shirts bundle, and these are very good designs. These are quality material, fabrics, quality material that when you get to some of those shops, the Igbo shops that sells or boutique that sells clothes, you can get some of these clothes at 8,000 naira or thereabout. So this is another factor. You can create a niche, but for shoes, you might not be able to say, okay, I want to be selling only half shoe. I want to be selling only let's say rubber sandal. You need to put everything together because they can be quite small. For capital wise, like I said, you might make more profit with a smaller money from selling shoes than selling clothes. But basically, both are fine, both are good. And for me, if I have an option to advise, I would say sell shoe. And of course, problem with shoes is that it might comes in different sizes. Someone might say I'm using 43, some might say I'm using 41, someone will say I'm using size 39. This can create a lot of problem. You might have the right shoe for the right person, but that's not his or her size, and that would make it like, okay, this is not my size, or can you get me a bigger one? So that's a problem. But for shirts, you can have just small, medium, large, and extra large. So you can buy like 5 pieces of small, 5 pieces of medium, 5 pieces of large, and 5 pieces of extra large. So when someone comes, you know that you have that size for the person. When someone comes, so it doesn't create unnecessary ambiguity or complexity. So it's actually more easier, to say, okay, people will come and I'll get their choices. But for shoes, you might need to get, okay, size 43, you get like 20 or 10. For size 44, you get the same. So, and if you don't have enough capital, you might not be able to get as much sizes as you want. So I would say shoe for me is more lucrative if you have a small capital. But if you have big capital, then go for clothes like shirts, and it might be tops, it might be anything clothing. Just go for it. And the way to market is to create social awareness, early on social media, or you rent a shop outside, and you are good to go. So generally, to determine which one is more lucrative, you need to consider your target audience. Maybe you are targeting small kids, let's say children, or you are targeting elders, you are targeting students, you are targeting mature adults. And another thing is market trends. Maybe there is a particular kind of shirt that is trending right now. Maybe it's Balenciaga, maybe it's Adidas for shoes. These are stuff that can, okay, uh, make you to decide which one you want to go for. Another thing is the business model. If you want to go online, if you want to sell in wholesales, you want to go retailing. So if you are selling in wholesales, which of the capital will be enough to buy as many as possible to be able to serve a lot of resellers? And if you are buying in bail, in bundle, which one is much easier for me? Maybe cloth or shoe. So you decide. Another thing is ability to adapt to changing trends. You need to consider the market demand. Like I said, you need to consider your competitors. Are there people already selling these things? So that because if they don't buy from you, they will definitely go to someone else to go and buy. And of course, your price. If you make your price, uh, much cheaper than your competitors, obviously people will come to you and your target audience, like I said. So ultimately, a well-executed business plan and effective marketing strategies can make you succeed in either clothing or shoe business. So this is it. I think at the end of the video, you may be able to decide which one you want to go for and which one you should not go for. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. God bless you.